So I try to keep politics away from the channel as much as I can, but I do want to talk a little bit about this. But Sydney Sweeney is right now getting a lot of backlash because it has come out publicly that people in her family are Trump supporters. Now, the proof of this is there was somebody in the background with a shirt and a picture of her mother's celebration, birthday celebration to be specific, where one of the people were wearing a Blue Lives Matter shirt, and you could even see somebody with a MAGA hat. You know, everyone knows the Make America Great Again hats. And again, like I said, I try to keep politics away, but because this is an actress that I highly respect, I'm going to make a little bit of a video. Now, it's going to be quick because obviously I don't have the camera on. I don't have any setup or anything. You're just seeing an image on the screen. But I'm just going to say it. So it's no secret on my channel, I'm very left-leaning. I consider myself to be a leftist, but I don't really try making that publicly on my channel. In fact, recently I've even stopped talking a lot about, because, you know, there's a cultural war, or at least some people think there is. There's like cultural war in movies and shows, and I kind of just avoid talking about that. But no, I won't deny it. I hate Trump. I'm going to be very public about that. I despise Trump. But maybe it's because of where I live. I live around the Houston area. I actually live in a location where there was a Trump rally back early this year. So I live in a very conservative town. The people I work for are very conservative, very right-leaning. And so I feel like I know how to tolerate stuff like this. But yeah, Sydney Sweeney is basically getting canceled. A lot of people are calling her alt-rightist. A lot of people are labeling her as racist, white supremacist, and all that. And I got to say this, whoever says that, whoever uses that kind of language needs to just shut the fuck up, grow a pair, and actually learn about the real world. Go touch some grass. Start understanding that the world doesn't revolve around Twitter. All right? I wish I could be on camera to show you my frustration. Now, I'll admit most of the comments I see are just more memes. Like, a lot of people are just kind of joking and all that. But no, in all honesty, I see a lot of people saying, oh, well, so a lot of people usually use the BS excuse of this isn't canceling, this is holding somebody accountable. And for the most, sometimes that is the case. Like, I guess an example is EDP 445 when he got caught talking to children. That was holding him accountable for his behavior. But this whole Sydney Sweeney thing, look, I'm fine if you disagree with someone. At the end of the day, in this world, you're not going to agree with things. And look, there are very harsh, vile people out there. The fact that we live in a world where Adolf Hitler existed is just proof of this world has a lot of vile, disgusting people. And I can understand. As somebody who's very left-leaning, I do not like conservative ideology. But guess what? Suck it up. Grow a pair. You have to understand that people are going to have different perspectives due to their own certain life situations. Okay, I'm somebody who believes that you should have conversations rather than trying to isolate people, trying to silence people. I believe you should hold these discussions, and I actually believe you should actually be talking more to people you disagree than with people you agree. I understand politics go into much more serious issues. I know there's a lot of people who believe that when you wear a Blue Lives Matter shirt, that inherently means you're hurting black people or that you want black people to hurt. But let me tell you this right now. You have to understand that both sides see things very differently. One side believes the other side is racist. The other side believes they're infringing on their civil rights to have freedom of speech. Everyone has freedom of speech, but everyone also has freedom to give you criticism, freedom of consequence, basically. But at the same time, you also need to understand we're all human beings. At the end of the day, here in America, we're all human beings. We tend to have a lot of rights here. One of those rights is we can be very vocal with what we say. And it is frustrating to see a lot of left-leaning people going out of their way to cancel Sydney. And the thing that frustrates me more is it's not even Sydney. Like, if Sydney had like a shirt that said support the KKK or something like that, then yeah, that would be a different discussion. But it was just some of her family members had MAGA hats and Blue Lives Matter. It's like, what did you expect? She's a white girl. I believe she's Southern. I believe I could be wrong about that. I didn't do any research on that. But it's like, what did you expect? If you can't control somebody else's perspective on life, all you can do is debate it, argue with it. That's what you should do. Have these conversations, because as human beings, how do you expect to evolve? How do you expect to get people to agree with you? You should have civil discussions rather than just, oh, let's take away their social media platform, let's cancel them, because you're not going to do anything. In fact, all you do is hurt your own side. But Sydney Sweeney did make a response, And she said, this is her exact quote: "You guys, this is wild. A innocent celebration for my mom's milestone 60th birthday has turned into an absurd political statement, which was not the intention. Please stop making assumptions. Much love to everyone, and happy birthday, Mom." That's basically what she said. And again, it's so stupid. I'm sorry, but a lot of this is the problem with social media. In social media, the most of the people that tend to use it are younger people around, the main demographic I would say is 16, 17-year olds, or, people in their mid 20s, early 20s. And a lot of them don't really get to experience the real world. A lot of them are either still in school, and I'll say this, I feel like every young adult should get a job, because I feel like when you get a job, you do kind of start learning about different perspectives, different people, how people are going to treat you in the world. Because one problem I have with social media is a lot of these people are sheltered. They have nothing better to do. So instead they try to take away other people's rights to speak, other people's ability to give their own perspective on life. And when you go out in the real world and you start learning about different people out there, I feel like you get a better grasp of reality. I'll tell you this right now, as a very left-leaning person, most of my friends are very right-leaning, conservative. Again, like I said, my boss is conservative. A lot of the people around me, again, I live in bumfuck middle of nowhere, Texas, so I guess I guess I have a different life experience. But at the end of the day, go outside, talk to people. You can't just shelter your entire life. And again, go get a job. That would probably be the best thing. And like, for example, retail, you meet a lot of people, fast food and all that. The world does not revolve around you, and you got to learn that sooner rather than later, because the earlier you learn that, the better it is for you. And again, I know a lot of people are saying this is all about morality, how she might be supporting white supremacy and all that. But at the end of the day, do you genuinely believe she believes in all that? Like, first of all, there's no proof that she's a Trump supporter. This is the BS thing. This is why I made those videos defending Chris Pratt. I think I made like 2 or 3 of those videos, because a lot of people gave backlash when there was no proof or evidence. This is so stupid. It's kind of like if I just go to a random guy and call him sexist. It's like, I don't even know that guy. How can I prove that? And then all of a sudden everyone just believes me because I said it. It's stupid. It's pathetic. And I don't care what political sign you're on. Something people do understand is usually it's because of their own different circumstance in life, and you need to conversate, because if all you do is isolate the other side, then what you're going to do is lead them to that side. Okay, that's how you improve. That's how you improve. And not only that, but I feel like you can learn a thing or two just to hear the other side. And I'm sorry if this is very political. My channel is all about movie news, movie talk, movie conversations. I know I shouldn't be talking about this kind of stuff, but it does frustrate me when I see it. It's happened to Chris Pratt. It's now happening to Sydney Sweeney. It's like, just stop it. Just stop. It makes you embarrassing. And if anything, Sydney might see all this backlash and think, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I might as well go all right. Who cares? And again, you're not inherently bad just for being a leftist or conservative. Something people need to understand. Again, it's all based on your life. It's all based on the circumstance you have. The fact that I'm not conservative actually kind of surprises me because of where I'm from. But no, in all seriousness, this is mostly coming from like people who have never actually met real people. They've only really been isolated to social media. And I think some of the proof of that is how crazy it is now to talk about politics. I feel like just a couple of years ago, if you were to debate somebody on an argument, like politics wise, I feel like it could be a civil discussion, but you will go back and forth, and then that's about it. Yeah, it'll always get heated. Of course, these are sensitive topics, but I feel like nowadays, if you dare to disagree with someone, they don't even want to discuss with you. They're just like, oh, you're evil, you're the devil. It's like, it's so stupid, man. It's, again, just grow up. It's as simple as that. Grow up. And again, I'm only 20 years old, so I still have a lot of growing up to do. I'm still pretty immature. I'm pretty stupid. I mean, just look at the way I talk today. But no, in all honesty, if you're canceling Sydney Sweeney, then you do need to go outside, touch grass, stop, turn on. I actually do this every day, but every early in the morning, I'll wake up around 4 or 5 a.m. And I'm not saying you have to wake up early, but I do it, and I'll go outside and I'll go for like a run, but I won't use my phone. I'll listen to music from my phone, but that's about it. And I do this for around 2 hours a day, and it actually helps me relax. It kind of helps me. It teaches me that there's a life outside the phone. I mean, I have a job. I actually talk to people outside of social media, and I think that's actually helped me mature myself. When I talk to somebody who agrees or disagrees, it's like, who gives a shit? I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you might be thinking you're saving the world, you're changing the world's morality and perspective, but all you're doing is radicalizing people to be the exact opposite of what you want them to be. It's honestly insanely stupid. And the thing that just makes things even more stupid is that it's not even Sydney Sweeney that's doing anything. And again, this isn't even coming from like a fan of hers. All I know her is from Euphoria, and she's going to be in the new Madam Web movie. That's basically all I know her from. So I can't even consider myself a fan of hers. And it's not like I even agree with their political views. But guess what? At the end of the day, I'm a human being. I know they're human beings, and human beings should have discussions with each other. How do you expect us to improve scenarios if we aren't even willing to conversate? How do you think the big choices are made? With conversations. Why do you think courts exist? So that you can have conversations on which side is what right. When somebody commits a crime, what do? We hold a discussion. They get interrogated by the police. They have a lawyer to defend them, and then we try to find out the truth. And a lot of people, it seems like we're taking away that perspective. And yeah, I don't know. I don't care if this offends anyone. Y'all are more than welcome to conversate in the comments. I know it won't be a civil discussion, but hey, at the end of the day, it needs to be addressed. It needs to be said. I apologize for not turning on the camera. I just needed to make this statement real quick, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.